What is up, everyone? It is Wednesday, and we're going to play the third quarter of this here football game. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions, and it is the Brister versus Pete battle that you guys have always been asking me for. I mean, number of comments begging me for Brister versus Pete. Well, finally, you got the first half. Now you're going to get the third quarter. I'm going to dive right into it here also. I'm not even going to dilly-dally, no chatting. We're going to dive right into this. Pittsburgh's going to kick off, giving Detroit the ball. Pittsburgh's up 17-7 at halftime. Detroit, I think they took an early lead, maybe 3-0. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think, no, 7. Maybe it was 7-3. Pittsburgh got a 3-0 lead, then it was 7-3. Pittsburgh took over in that second quarter and got a big, long interception return for a touchdown by someone. Was it Greg Lloyd? I feel like it was Greg Lloyd, but I'm not sure. And since then, it's been all Pittsburgh. So let's see if Barry Sanders can get Detroit back into this. I've got my special 66 dice here that I use when I play the Browns, so the Browns always win. And we're going to see if we can get Detroit to win here also. Not really. That's a joke. I don't actually have that. All right, here we go. So kickoff, it's going to be It's going to be Gary Anderson kicking off for Pittsburgh. Oh, a 14. And we're going to start off. We had 11 penalties in that first half, and we're going to start with another one. That's a 35. That's 54-011 TL. Let's check the TL. Oh, 011. Oh, my God, it's an OC. You don't use one of them very often. 44. Let's see. That's going to be an 18. That's going to be offside on the kicking team. Right, yeah. So let's see what the 54 is a short kick. So Detroit might want to decline this. So let's see here. I'm not going to put anything in yet. 54 takes it down to the 11. OC. I don't even have an OC out for Detroit. We'll go with Barry Sanders. He's the first one I saw when I looked down. So we'll go Barry Sanders is going to return this kick. A 36. And 36 is a 20. And he'll actually get 24 yards on the return. So they will decline the penalty. And they will take it. So Anderson's going to go 54. Well, that's the first time I've had to use an 011, an OC. And I don't remember the last time. But Barry Sanders, all right, he's going to get 24 yards. And Detroit's going to start 1st and 10 on their own 35. Pretty good field position to start here. And everything's going to be the same, 50% as usual. So 5 is an inside run. All right. A 12. A 12 is CD. And 22 is Barry Sanders. So Barry Sanders comes out after the kick return, and he's going to take the first handoff. And we get a 42. 42 is a 16, and he'll get 10 yards and a first down. So Sanders gets 10. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 45 for Detroit. And let's see. And we're going to go medium pass, Rodney Pete. Going to try to throw the ball down the field a little bit in this run and shoot. And we're going to 25 on the defense. That's an AD. And a 35. That's going to be Robert Clark. He's an ace, so we'll stay at AD for this medium pass. Rodney Pete looking for Robert Clark. A 64. That's a 14. And we have an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now, in real life, at some point, Bob Galliano came into this game. I don't think I'm going to bring him in here. I think I'm going to leave Pete in the whole time. He hasn't been bad. He's 11-16 for 133 and an interception. I don't think it was a passing touchdown, so he may not have any touchdowns passing yet, but he's not doing terrible. So 2nd and 10. And it's a 14, so we're going to short pass now. A 42. 42 is CS. And 56, that's way down the list. That's going to be Jason Phillips. He's a B. So we'll stay at CS. And we will go Pete to Jason Phillips. A 24 for Pete. That's an 18, and that's going to be incomplete. And just as I'm singing the praises of Rodney Pete, he throws 2 incompletions. And then I'll make it third down. We got to go short pass heavy this time. And it will be, that'll be a short pass. A 34. So that's not a great defense. That's going to be a BG. And a 12. A 12 is Richard Johnson. He's an A. So we're going to make this an AG on the short pass. Good chance to get a first down here for Detroit. So we're going to go Pete to Richard Johnson. Oh, a 42. That's another 14. It's going to be complete, and he'll get 10 yards exactly, and he'll get a first down. So Pete finds his number one receiver for 10. It's going to be first and 10 now at Pittsburgh's 45. Again, Detroit down 10 points. Trying to get some points on the board. And we're going to go inside run now. All right, a 31. 31 is CS. And 14, back to Richard Johnson. Make it a BS. And Pete to Richard Johnson. 63. I don't like 63. That's a 34. And we have a fumble. We have an F25. So let's validate here. We've had no fumble. I think we're 0 for 3 on fumbles. We've had 3, I believe, and they've all turned out to not be fumbles. So let's check this one again. It's an F25. But again, 1 through 4 on the orange die. This fumble will not count, so we'll use the F24. Actually, it's an F25, isn't it? Yeah, it's an F25. We'll use the F25 to determine the result of the play. And we will get a 32. And it is a 38-yard completion from Rodney Pete to Richard Johnson. Richard Johnson's having a pretty good game, if I recall correctly. And it's going to be first and 10. It's going to be first and goal for Detroit, down to the 7-yard line. And that's a great play call there. All right, here we go. I believe that would have been... Oh, I always say what would have happened, so let me just check. Yeah, that would have been recovered by the wide receiver. Recovered by Richard Johnson, who actually caught it. So either way, it would have been Detroit's ball. 9 is going to be an outside run, but outside runs turn into inside runs when Barry Sanders runs. And, he's not going to run this one. Oh, yes, he is. 22. 22. He'll run this one. So Barry Sanders, 62 on your defense. That'll be an AS, and it'll be an inside run against an AS. So Sanders up the middle. 64. That'll be a 16. And he'll get 9, and he'll get into the end zone for a touchdown. And Detroit's going to take their opening drive down, get into the end zone, and bring this to within a field goal. Let's check the extra point first. Murray, a 53. A 53 is a 5, and that'll be good. And it is now going to be 17-14, Pittsburgh. And we're going to go to the we're going to go to the kickoff here. Bring out Eddie Murray to kick off. 23. That is probably not a great kickoff. Is that a 7? Yeah. 7. And that'll be actually 66-09. So it'll be a yard deep into the end zone. 20. Those small straights always scare me, but this one actually worked out okay. 66-09. And it's going to be Rod Woodson, and I'm not going to roll for it. He's going to return this. He's a pretty good player, so he's going to return this. He's got a lot of low numbers. Rod Woodson's K column is where he does his kick returns, and he got a lot of single-digit numbers in there. He's got a 1 at 66. And my guess is he had a pretty good year returning kicks. So let's go ahead and have him return this. 1 yard deep. A 61. That's not an ideal number. It's a 34, and we have a fumble. And I don't roll for fumbles on special teams. They all count. And we've got an F. Where are we at here? Yeah, we have an F1. So we have a fumble by Rod Woodson on the kickoff. 13, and he'll get 11 yards, and the kicking team will recover it. So Detroit will recover this. Wait, let me make sure. On the kick return, I know defense kicks, but is defense also the kick return? Probably. Yeah, defense kicks. And that is a 13 is what I rolled. And that is 11 D3. So Rod Woodson will return it 11 yards. He'll fumble at the 10-yard line. Detroit will recover it. It's D3, so I don't know who the kickoff. What is the kickoff return team or the kickoff coverage team? That is going to be the tracker, according to my sheet here. It is the reserve, strong safety, or free safety. So we'll just go through the pack. And the first one I come to here, it's going to be Benny Blades, and he has a fumble recovery 0. So he's going to just fall on the ball right there, and Detroit gets amazing field position after scoring the touchdown here. They're going to be first and goal 10. Rod Woodson, who's a really good player, mishandles that one. All right. Already in field goal position. Detroit will start with a short pass. They're at 10. All right, a 51. That'll be A.D. 63. That'll be Walter Stanley, who's a B, so we'll stay at A.D. And Rodney Peete to Walter Stanley, a 13. That's a 17. And that is going to be incomplete. So Peete to Stanley, incomplete. It's going to be second down and 10. And we'll go standard again here. And we'll get another short pass. And a 42. And a 12. So it's going to be back to Richard Johnson. 42 is CS. Make it a BS. So Peete to Richard Johnson. A 54. And we're going to have a penalty. We have a 16-yard completion for a touchdown, but we have a TH. Flags all over the place. And that TH 16, that's going to be on the... Oh, that's a delay of game on the offense. The play never happened. And that's a 5-yard penalty on Detroit. All right, second and 15 now. Second goal back at the 15. And we'll go standard again. And we'll get another short pass. All right, a 12. That'll be a CG. And a big old 66 is Walter Stanley. And he's a B, so we're going to stay right at CG. So Rodney Peete looking for Walter Stanley. A 12. We have a 28, and Rodney Pete's going to get sacked, and he's going to lose 8 yards. So the Lions get that great field position, and now they're just going backwards with it. Knocking them back. It's a long field goal now. Who got the sack for Pittsburgh? Oh, my. It's a big number. And that is going to be Hardy Nickerson. Well, I always thought he was a pretty good linebacker. I'm surprised he's only one dice roll on the sacks. But he'll get that one. Third and goal back at the 23-yard line. Let's do this. Let's go medium pass heavy, and then we'll make 20, which is usually a long pass. We'll make it a draw play. And we're going to roll a 19, so it's a medium pass. Rodney Peete going to try to get him in the end zone. And it'll be 46. It'll be John Ford. Isn't there like a movie or something in the song, the cowboy John Ford or the hero John Ford or something like that? I don't know. Let's find John Ford. There he is. He's an EB2. He's a C1. Went to Virginia. And yeah, nothing real special about him, but he's gonna be the target on this play. 16 is an AS. Make it a BS on the medium pass. And here we go. Peete to John Ford. A 64. It's a 14, and that is incomplete. So now Jason Hanson can come out for a longer than they expected game-tying field goal. This will be 40 yards. So Hanson, or not Hanson, Eddie Murray. Jason Hanson was later. 13, that's a 5. I think this might be good. And it is good. And it is 17-17 after Eddie Murray hits a really long field goal here. And it's good. And Detroit scores twice before Pittsburgh even gets to snap an offensive play. Makes it 17-17. We'll kick it off. Eddie Murray again, 65. 65 is a 35, and uh-oh. These kickoffs getting tricky. We've had a penalty, a fumble, and now we have another penalty. 54-010 TL. So Detroit now with the penalty. Let's check it. A 62. And that'll be a 33. That is unsportsmanlike conduct on the kicking team. It's a short kick. All right, so this is going to be... All right, so it's going to be 54 yards. Let's check the return. Again, he take Rod Woodson from the 11. A 45. That's a 12. And he'll get 17 yards on the return. And then we're going to add on the 15 yards. So we're going to go, let's see, Eddie Murray. It's a 54-yard kick. And they're going to decline the penalty. So Woodson for 17. And then after the play, a little bit of unsportsmanlike for Detroit. Again, I remember seeing a couple of fights in this game. I only watched the first half on YouTube, and I saw some fights, so I'm not surprised. And this will be unsportsmanlike. And we're going to go no first down marker in play, no time because it was after. Pittsburgh starts 1st and 10 on their own 43, so good field position for them to start this half. And they're going to start with a short pass. All right. 56 for Pittsburgh is going to be Warren Williams, the running back. He's a C. And 65, that'll be a BS. So make it a CS. All right, so Bubby Brister looking for Warren Williams. Gotta stay in the box there, man. A 30, oh, we're going to have a penalty. 35, that's going to be complete for 4 yards, but we have a TH. So let's check it. 21, 9. That'll be illegal formation on the offense, and that'll push them back 5. And this second quarter has started out ugly. Ugly. Illegal formation. There you are. 15, and it's going to be 1st and 15 now for Pittsburgh. And it's going to be another short pass. All right, 42. And that'll be Merrill Hodge, who's a B on short passes. And a 26 is a BS. So Brister to Hodge. Oh my, Brister with the big one. And that's actually going to be 21 yards. His 66 is sadly a 3. A 2 would have been nice. A 1 would have been a touchdown. But his is a 3. It's a first down plus 6. So he'll get 21 yards on the pass. Still a big play for them. Moving them, I believe, on the other side of the 50-yard line. Yeah, down to Detroit's 41-yard line. Trying to get that lead back. And it's going to be a short pass again. All right, a 22. And that'll be Rodney Carter. He's an A. And 16. Where's Rodney Carter? He's got to go. He's got to go here. He's got to go here. There we go. And he's an A. And 16. That's an AS. So Brister to Rodney Carter. A 32. Yikes. That's a 27. Brister's going to scramble. Not as bad as I thought. Brister's going to try to run. 16 was an AS. So Brister against an AS. A 54. And we're going to have another penalty. 7 yards on the gain. But we have a TE. A 23. That's going to be holding. Wait. So is that a pass? I don't know if that's a pass play. I think that's a pass play holding, right? No, that's a TE. Yeah, that's a TE, right? Yeah, 35, 7 TE. So it's going to be holding on the offense this time. And they're just going the penalties in this game. There was a guy in the comments who said, he changes some things around because there's too many penalties, too many fumbles, and too many something else. I don't remember what it is. I agree on the fumbles. I don't believe there's too many penalties, but in this game there are a lot. So it just seems like there are for this game. But overall, I don't think there are. Actually, I'm okay with the number of penalties. It's going to be 1st and 20. That's actually the 15th accepted penalty in this game, which is definitely a lot. You usually probably get about 6 or 7 each team, and we're already way past that, and the second half just started. But overall, I think we're okay with penalties. 1st and 20 now, back on their own 49. Pittsburgh's going to be forced to overcome another penalty against them. And they're going to go stick with that short pass. So Brister, he's trying to take him down the field himself. And let's see. And it's going to be 13. It'll be Lewis Lips. He's an A. Oh, look at that defense, though. CD, make it a BD. So Brister to Lewis Lips. 16. Oh, it's a 23, and it's intercepted. A W58. And Pittsburgh commits their second turnover of the quarter. W58. Let's see who got it and where it went. 45. It's a 15-yard pass play. So Brister looking for Lewis Lips for 15. And it's picked off. And who got it for Detroit? A 65. That'll be Nico Noga. Nico Noga. Isn't he he's not a defensive back, is he? Whoops, wrong team. Nico Noga. Let's see who he is. There he is. Yeah, he's an inside linebacker. He's a W2 with a 0, so he's going to get that interception and just fall down right there. And Detroit's going to take over 1st and 10 now on their own 36-yard line as they turn over Bubby Brister and the Steelers. All right. Okay, let's go for Detroit here. So Detroit's going to start with an outside run, but let's check to see if it's Barry. It is, so it's going to be an inside run. 54. 54 is A-D on the inside run for Sanders. I mean, that's Detroit expecting a pass play here. They're going to be surprised with a run. A 52. Oh, that's a 29. They're going to get him anyway. He'll lose 2. So Sanders loses 2 yards on the run. Thought he had a nice opening, and Greg Lloyd just pounded through the middle and got him. And that'll make it 2nd and 12 now for Detroit. All right, it's going to be a short pass. $35 and 16. So 16 will be Richard Johnson. He's an A. And 35 will be CS. Make it BS. And it's going to be Pete to Johnson. 16, 26. And Rodney Pete will run. And our original defense was CS. So Rodney Pete against the CS, 61-21, and he'll pick up 2 yards. He'll get the 2 back that Barry Sanders just lost. And that'll make it 3rd and 10 for Detroit. And we'll go short pass heavy. And we'll get a short pass. Actually, that's a medium pass. All right, 32. 32 is not a great defense. It's a BD. No, I'm sorry. It's a CG. 62 is Jason Phillips. He's a B, so we'll stay at CG. And it's going to be Pete to Jason Phillips. Oh, a 63. And we have a fumble. We have a 34. Another chance here. F43. Again, 1 through 4. Fumble counts. And it will not count. So F43, what's the result? We'll determine the result of the play with that. F43. 35. And he'll get 10 yards, and it would have been recovered by the tight end in this case. He'll get 10, and it'll be a first down. Pete to Phillips. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Detroit now at their own 46-yard line. And it's going to be an inside run. 21. 21 is a BS. 42 is Barry Sanders. So Sanders against a BS. Oh, a 33. That's a K column, and uh-oh. Another 33, and that's a 2, and he has 43 yards on that run. 43 yards. He hasn't had a big play today, and that one right there. And that one is going to be a big one. All right, so it's 1st and 10 down to Pittsburgh's 11 for Detroit. All right, a 15 is a short pass. All right, a 54. That'll be an AG. And a 44 is Barry Sanders. He's a C. So make it a BG. And we're going to go Pete to Sanders. 35 for Pete is a 9. It'll be complete. He'll get 10 yards and make it 1st and goal at the 1. So you might have saw a little hitch there in the video. There's nothing worse than my phone ringing in the other room, me running in to see what it is, and it's a stinking spammer. I've been getting a lot of spam calls the last month or so, and I'm really kind of getting annoyed. For a while, I didn't get any, and now I'm just getting them like crazy. All right, 1st and goal at the 1. Let's go big here. Bring in all your running backs, all your fat guys. And it's going to be an inside run. $15 and a 46. 46 is Sanders. 15, though, that's an AG. So Sanders is going to go up against an AG. A 51, that'll be a 16, and that's going to do it. He's going to burst through the line. He'll get in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the quarter. And the Detroit Lions come back from being down 17-7 at halftime, and they take a 23-17 lead. Let us check the extra points. 24 for Eddie Murray is a 5, and a 5 is good. And that's a big one. All right, let's kick it off. 30, another penalty on kickoff. 34 is a 35, and it's the same 54, 011, T010 TL that we had earlier. So let's check the result here. Woodson's going to take it at the, actually it's 010. So I think I probably did that wrong the first time. But it's going to be Derek Hill. He's our TB. What is he going to do? A 12? Ooh, a 28? Oh, I didn't roll for the... Let's roll for the penalty first. Well, you know what? 28. 28. He's going to get 11 yards on the return. So he'll take it at the 11. He'll go 11 yards at the 22. Let's check the penalty. 53. 35. It's going to be a kick out of bounds. So Pittsburgh's going to start at their 35-yard line. So that'll be 54. Kick out of bounds. Pittsburgh starts 1st and 10 at their own 35. Now finding themselves down in this quarter. And let me just see. Let me make sure that was spam. Oh, it's not transcribed yet. I'm sure it was. It was a minute-long call. Who the heck's calling me from a spammer, leaving a minute-long call? All right. 7. So we're going to start with an inside run for Pittsburgh. All right, so inside run, 26. That was a 2. It's going to be Tim Worley. $26, and then 64. And 64 is a CS. So Tim Worley on the CS is a 62. 25 is no gain for Tim Worley. Pittsburgh only has 28 yards rushing in this game. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. And we're going to inside run again. It's going to be Worley again. This time it's an 11, so it's going to be a CG. And Worley against the CG. A 12. Terrible dice rolls. 28. He'll go backwards. He'll lose 3 yards. Tim Worley is going to lose 3. And if you're a Steelers fan, you may want to just kind of skip this quarter. That's probably going to be the title of this video. All right, so 3rd and 13. Let's go medium pass heavy. And it's going to be a short pass. Short pass. 41. 43. So 43 on the defense is a CG. And 41, that'll be Merrill Hodge. He's a B, so we'll stay at CG. So Brister to Merrill Hodge. A 13, that's a 14. It'll be complete, but it'll only be 8 yards, and it will not be enough for a first down. It's going to be 4th and 5, and we'll bring out Harry Newsome to punt. Newsome, a 55, so he'll get foot into this one. It's a 4. And that'll be 54 D10s. This is a pretty long punt here. This is going to go down, I believe, to the 6-yard line. Harry Newsome, 54. Down to the 6. He can let it bounce. And, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So, an odd number means it goes forward, and an even number means it goes backward toward the end zone. And it is an odd number. It's going to bounce forward. Now we'll see how far. And it'll bounce 5 yards forward, and Pittsburgh will down it right there at the 11. So that was going to be Walter Stanley does not return it. It rolls 5 yards. And Detroit starts 1st and 10 now at their own 11. And we have 4:45 to go in this quarter. And they're going to start with an inside run. Oh, they're at the 11. All right. 43 and 14. So that'll be Barry Sanders. 43 is a CD. So Sanders up the middle. A 24, that'll be, is that a 16? Yep. No, 24. Oh, it's a 22. And he'll get 2. So Sanders gets 2 on the run. That's going to make it 2nd and 8. And we will go, let's go short pass heavy. And it's going to be a short pass. All right, a 65. That's a BS. 31 is Tony Page. He's a C. So we'll make it a CS. And it's going to be Pete looking for his fullback. 52. And Rodney Pete is going to get sacked. And he'll lose 2 yards on the sack. So Pete -2. Let's see who got him for Pittsburgh. 12. That's going to be Keith Willis. Big Keith Willis getting the sack. That's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Back at the 11. And we'll go short pass heavy. And get a medium pass. So Rodney Pete can try to throw down the field here. His first start as a rookie in this game, week 4 game. It's going to be Richard Johnson. 42 is a CS. Make it a BS. So Pete to Johnson, a 61, and that is a 17, and that is incomplete. And they will have to punt from deep in their own territory. 4th and 10. Bring out Jim Arnold to punt. A 15, so he'll get a nice punt. That's a 54 D10. So he'll get his own 54 D10. And that's going to be Rod Woodson from the 35 on the return. A 25. And Woodson he'll get 10 yards on the return, and Pittsburgh's going to start 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Good field position after the Woodson kick return. What are we down to? 3:15 to go in this quarter. And we'll start with a medium pass. Brister going to come out flinging the ball. And it's a 51 and a 24. So 24 on your defense is BS. 51 for Pittsburgh is Derek Hill. And he's a C on medium passes. So we'll go to CS. It's going to be Bubby Brister to Derek Hill. A 14. And we're going to have a penalty. We've got an incomplete pass, but a TH. Let's check it. Oh, an 11. That's going to be pass interference on Detroit with a medium pass. I think you roll both dice and then double it. I think that's what you do for a medium pass. Let's see. Medium pass. Roll both dice, add it, and then double the number. So this is going to be a penalty of 16 yards. So 16-yard pass interference penalty against Detroit. Gives Pittsburgh 1st and 10 at the Detroit 39-yard line. Down a touchdown, trying to get back into this thing. It's going to be an inside run. And it'll be Tim Worley. And 35 is CS. So Tim Worley against a CS. A 36, that's a 24, and he'll get 2 yards on the run. So Worley for 2. Make it 2nd and 8. Let's go short pass heavy here. And we'll get a short pass. All right, a 62 and a 61. So a 61 on defense is a BS. And a 62 is Warren Williams, so make it a CS. But Pittsburgh doesn't have much in the way of receivers here. They have 2 A's, and then most of these guys everybody else on a medium pass is a C. 61 was a BS, make it a CS. So it's going to be Brister looking for Warren Williams, the running back. And we're going to have a penalty. 54 is a 36. We have a 14-yard completion, but we have another flag. We have 16 now accepted penalties in this game. And a 24, that's going to be a is that really intentional grounding? So yeah, it's intentional grounding, but on a complete pass, you wave it off. So that's going to be good for 14 yards. So Brister to Warren Williams for 14. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now, down to Detroit's 23-yard line. Back to a standard offense, gives us an outside run. Whoops. It's going to be a little pitch out. All right, 36. Is that Worley? No, that's Merrill Hodge. 31 is CS. So Merrill Hodge takes the pitch. Oh, that 4 keeps coming up. Are we going to have another? We have another penalty. It's a 3-yard gain, but we have a TE this time. 62. And that is going to be encroachment on the defense. And it was a 3-yard gain, so they'll take the penalty. That is Detroit's 11th accepted penalty. And it's going to be encroachment this time. And 1st and 5 now on the 18. 11 penalties for 112 yards now for Detroit. 6 for 50 for Pittsburgh. Okay, so let's go back to our standard offense. It will be an outside run. All right, a 45 and a 45. That's going to be Merrill Hodge again against a BS. So Hodge, a 52, and he's going to lose yards Oh, he's going to lose a lot of yards. He'll lose 5. So Hodge is going to lose 5 yards on the run and put Pittsburgh into a hole. I'm going to go short pass heavy on this next play. We're down to 1:15 to go in this quarter. So we'll go short pass heavy, and it'll be a short pass. All right. 46. 23. 23 on the defense is a CG. 46 is Derek Hill. He's a B, so we'll stay at CG. And Brister to Derek Hill. A 65, and that's an 18, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 10. All right. 3rd and 10. Let's go short pass heavy again. And it will be a short pass. All right, a 42. A 61. So 42 is Merrill Hodge. He's a B. 61 is a BS. So Hodge against a BS. A 26 this time. That's an 18, and that's going to be incomplete. And Bubby Brister's 12 of 25 in this game. Not having a great game. Was that Hodge? 42? Yeah. And we're going to bring out our field goal unit. It's going to be Gary Anderson. He's going to try a 40-yarder. Oh, God. And I see that 4, and I know that what that means. So 34 is a 35. Where are we at? We're on the 23. It is no good, but we have a penalty. We have a TM. So let's check it. It's a 52. I think that's going to be on the offense. Oh, that's a false start. So the play never happened. So we can bring him back out. It's a longer field goal now. Whoops. Cancel. Penalty. 5 against Pittsburgh this time for a false start. Bring him back out. 4th and 15 now. It's going to be a 45-yard field goal for Gary Anderson. Pretty good kicker in his day. And he'll roll. Oh, God, are you serious? He'll roll a 54. That's a 35. That's a no good TM. So let's check the penalty. 54. It's going to be holding on Pittsburgh. And the Lions will decline that one, and they'll take the no good field goal. And after all that, Lions take over 1st and 10 on the 35. We got 15 seconds left in this quarter. I'm going to call it a video here, and I'll be back to play the 4th quarter probably tomorrow and get this game over with. Boy, it got ugly for Pittsburgh there in the 3rd quarter. Let me save it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll talk to y'all next time.